Hello friends! We're about to celebrate another Thanksgiving, and today I'm going to show you how you can make the most delicious, flavorful turkey gravy without roasting a whole turkey. The best turkey gravy, in my opinion, is one that's packed full of flavor from lots of vegetables. So that's what I start with. I take a bunch of onions, carrots, celery, garlic, and some fresh herbs, some thyme, parsley, and then I pour in about 2 cups of chicken broth all over it. And then I place a rimmed baking sheet on top of the baking pan. I'm using 2 whole turkey wings for this, so we're gonna put this in the baking sheet on top of a rack, so that way they get nice and crispy all over. The drippings are gonna drip down into the vegetables and the broth, and you're gonna get so much of that turkey flavor in your gravy without using a whole turkey. And you can find just turkey pieces in your store. I can usually find them year-round in most grocery stores, so it's not really that hard to find. And it's a very easy solution when you want to have turkey gravy without roasting a whole turkey. The broth is gonna keep the vegetables from getting scorched in the oven, plus we're gonna use that broth later to make the gravy. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're gonna get this into the oven until the turkey wings are nice and golden brown and they're 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the center. Smells like Thanksgiving at our house. Look at these turkey wings. They're nice and crisp and golden. I'm gonna take all of these vegetables and the broth and I'm gonna strain everything through this fine mesh sieve. Set this aside for about 5 minutes and it's gonna separate very evenly. So the fat is gonna rise to the top. I'm gonna use a spoon and just get all of this fat off, and we're gonna mix that with the flour and then add the rest of the liquid to the gravy. You need about 1/4 cup of fat to use for the turkey gravy. If you don't have enough, which is often the case when you're using turkey wings, not the whole turkey, you can just add enough butter. So if you have a tablespoon or 2 of fat drippings, then just add the additional amount of butter that you need. As you can see, we don't have quite enough broth. We need 2 cups, so I'm gonna just add a little bit more broth. For the gravy, we need equal parts fat to flour. So I added a little bit more butter that is melted, and now I'm gonna add the same amount of flour. So 1/4 cup of fat, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Whisk it up until it's nice and smooth, and then pour in the liquid, all the turkey drippings and the broth. Pour in the liquid gradually and whisk as you're doing that. It's going to thicken up pretty quickly, and if you keep whisking the whole time, it should be nice and smooth. I can feel it thickening up already. Another awesome thing about using this method for making turkey gravy is that you can make it in advance. You can even make it the day before and then just reheat it on Thanksgiving Day when you're ready to serve everything else. And you're gonna save yourself a ton of time on the busiest day when it really counts. As soon as you see bubbles all over the surface of the gravy, it's time to turn it off. The gravy is so silky, smooth, and so delicious. Obviously, you have to have some creamy mashed potatoes to go along with the gravy, of course. I absolutely love turkey gravy, and it's one of my favorite things on the Thanksgiving menu. In fact, I like it so much that I often want to make it when it's not Thanksgiving at all. This is where the idea for this recipe came from. One day I just had a craving for turkey gravy and it was not even close to Thanksgiving. So I just bought some turkey wings at the grocery store and came up with this method of making a gravy. I also really like turkey wings. Those are my favorite parts of the turkey. That's what I always reach for. And I think this is so cool that I get to have the turkey wings and the gravy without roasting a whole bird. Head on over to Olga's Flavor Factory to get the recipe, and I would love to hear what you think when you give it a try and make it for your own family. If you made the gravy in advance, all you have to do is put it in a saucepan on the stove and reheat it on low heat until it's nice and smooth and heated through.